welcome to Chris Parking Shooting Sports. Hannams Reloading have sent me the MTM shooting range box and tactical range box, and they've told me a lot of customers ring up and say, what is the difference between them? So they sent me a couple out and essentially told me to show you the difference. Now it looks like one of them is green and one of them is black, and essentially that is the case, but there is one very subtle difference. So let's have a look at the green one first, and then I'll show you the difference with the black one. Now these are all made in the USA. They're very high quality injection molded polymers. They're not sort of rubbish things from elsewhere that crack when the weather is cold. I mean, it's 1 degree today, no problems with these at all. And I'll show you the one I've been using for about 5 years in a minute, because you can see the long-term durability of that. But essentially, pop the catch on the top here and it folds open like this. And in the top section, you've got sort of liner trays like that. Pop those out. You've got a small section there, 3 small sections here. That's also got a caliber and gauge sizing little gauge there, so you can find out if anything's like a 270 or a 30-06, something like that, in terms of finding out bullet diameters. And also that works for shotguns too if you want to keep your cleaning gear in here. There are small pockets here for hex bits if you want to use those in your torque wrench or your tool sets. But essentially I'll just put those back in there for now and show you what's in the layer below. So this has got a clear lid on it, a little bit easier to see through it if you want to, but that's entirely up to you. Pop those back down, and then on the ends you've got latches on the ends, so those allow the top to come off. And once the top's off, you've got 2 inserts here, so you can have the rifle sat in a cradle like that, and you've got rubber lined cradle yokes here so that it's nice and not slippy. It'll grip everything in place, and these are really good for doing a bit of maintenance, a little bit of cleaning, things like that. And of course you've got rails here so you can put your rods and things in there between, drawing them through the bore, letting them sort of soak for a bit, put them back through again. And there's also on the front you've got 2 height settings, so if you want it sort of barrel sloping a little bit up, a little bit down, you can figure that exactly how you want it. Again, this is all solvent proof, very tough, durable. So I'll pop the lid back on here, that clicks back in place, latch the ends up, and of course you've got a fold up carry handle there, and that, with all the latches in place, the latches look quite big, but they are because they're strong, and you can use that and carry it around. Now I won't tell everybody to do this, but you know, it makes quite a comfortable support platform if you need anything like that, and essentially that is the overall size. I'm just going to put this one down now and show you the difference with the black one. So the lid on the black one is opaque. No big deal. This one's called the tactical range box, so generally that makes you think, ooh, tactical, yes. Essentially the internals are identical. The only difference, physically speaking, other than colour, is this: that whereas you get the 2 gun cradle yokes with the range box, this one has got an AR-15 specific part, so you can put that in there, and of course your AR-15 will sit in the magazine well clip over that. You can fold the gun open and make it much easier to clean. Of course, because this is a raised elevated platform from your workbench, you've got space for the barrel to fold down and the stock back end to fold down as well. Makes AR-15 cleaning super easy, and that is the only difference between the two. You still get the regular yokes, but you get that as well, and of course you can put that at either height, either end. It'll fit exactly where you want it to, and that is frankly the only difference. But for some people, AR-15 shooters, I don't own an AR-15, but I have used them a lot, that is indispensable, because AR-15s compared to a bolt action rifle, which is, you know, there's plenty of rests around with a yoke system on them like that, AR-15s can be a bit of a fiddle, but using that, it makes it so easy to clean it and use it. So that's the only difference. Now, just to prove how tough and durable these things are, one moment please. This is my personal one, covered in stickers. This has been used about 5 years, and you can see, other than it's just full of bits and pieces, got spare batteries, breech flags, muzzle brake there off something, tools. That's a tiny little Allen key for a special job, which is why it's got a piece of tape on it. Stickers, bits of tools, whatever, things that you keep in there. And then in the bottom of mine, because I use it all the time, I've essentially got a few bits of cleaning stuff, bit of Picatinny rail stuck to a piece of wood. I have to ask you about that one. You can put your guesses in on the comments about that one. Again, we've got front and rear yokes. Put those how we want. We can put it the other way around if we like. have the yoke down there on the bottom, tall one here, that's for the front, that's generally for the rear of the gun. And the other things I keep in here, we've got trigger gauge, scale, measuring tape, vernier micrometers, a few bits of cleaning stuff, and a bit of Arca rail, again, another little secret thing there. So essentially, this is my sort of travel gun cleaning set and tool set. I've got another toolbox as well, it's always in my vehicle, but this is the one I know if I'm going to be setting up a rifle, I need to bore sight it, things like that, because of course when you put the rifle on there you can bore sight really easily through it, setting up scopes, and essentially that's what I'm going to do now, because I want that out and I also want the tools out to take the scope off, because I am swapping on my rifle to go on a wild boar hunt. So let's have a little look and do that now, shall we? Right, here is the rifle, as you can see, bolts out, safe as houses, that's going on it, that's been on before, and the regular day scope's coming off. So back in the cradle, it's going to hold it securely in position. This is probably going to demonetize the video, but anyway, who knows. And then this is just going to come off. And because it's all Picatinny, and this will go straight on, and this is my preferred setup for wild boar. It's a Leupold 1:6. The rifle is a 7mm PRC, and I'm going to put the muzzle brake on it, put the bolt in it, and that will be returning back to zero. But I will of course give it a few check shots before I go. But essentially that is the joy of having a portable cradle like this, because I could have done that here on the workbench or at the back of my truck at the range, and of course it's a little bit high here for using this, but of course it's perfect on the back of the range. I'll put the muzzle brake on it, which I believe was rolling around in one of these little compartments here, if I remember correctly. Have a muzzle brake, that'll go back on there. I mean, this is all going to get a clean, ready to travel anyway, because I've been out shooting with it using a regular day scope, but we'll do all that and then we're ready to go. Right. Hope you like that little video, show you the difference between these two boxes. Again, the only difference really with the black one is the fact it's got that red AR-15 yoke for it, which is a superb accessory. Otherwise, you've got a green version, black version, clear lid, black lid, and there you go. Right, hope you enjoyed that little review. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, see if you can give me some interesting comments on this one, and please click the notification bell, ka-dong, because that will keep track of all my regular uploads. We've got air guns, we've got rifles, we've got rimfires, we've got centerfires, we've got accessories, thermal, night vision, all sorts of stuff. Right, see you later. Bye for now.